get tight and hard.
Yeah, no.
And he.
We're gonna start.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. How's everybody today? Fantastic. What a delight it is to see your beautiful, shining faces here at Unity of Tucson. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, Reverend Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm not used to that yet still. Delightful to have you here. And we're a spiritual community where we're here to celebrate love. And so let's kick it off by celebrating the love with the truth we see in each other. Feel free to stand and dance and sing along if you know it.
I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. I see you dripping with abundance and ease. I see you enjoying the life you please. Playful at work and creative at play. I see you in gratitude every day. And I say, I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. I know the dreams of your heart want to fly. It's time to spread your wings and give it a try. The love you give, you know you're bound to receive. Your good can only grow the more you believe. Come on now, I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Your biggest self can't be denied. You've got no place to hide because I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright.
Oh, yes. Good morning, beautiful humans. Welcome, welcome to another Sunday at our magnificent spiritual home, Unity of Tucson. We are a spiritual community. We are here to teach practical tools to engage ourselves in a better life. I want to do something, though, before we continue on any further, and that is I would like Reverend William and Silvana to please step up and stand for just a moment. Oh. Not at all. So, Reverend William and Silvana got married on Friday. And I did ask them if we could, as a community, acknowledge and announce their marriage. And what I would love for us to do is let's all put our hands out towards them. And I would like you to repeat after me. We love you.
We love you.
We support you. We are here for you. We are one with you. Beautiful. Many blessings on your marriage. Thank you. I love to celebrate, and I was reminded this morning that it is World Kindness Day. Reverend Dr. John came up and said, did you know today is World Kindness Day? And I said, I actually did see that online, and I said, but I think every day should be World Kindness Day. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Now, you may not believe everything you hear today, but I do think that you will hear something that you believe. And if you hear something that you don't believe, that's an indicator to us to just check in to see what it is that is resistant. And today we talk about a little bit about the law of non-resistance in the book that we've been looking at. What is resistant in us And is that resistance allowing us to keep our good withheld from us? So something to think about today. And you get to decide what you believe because your beliefs create your experiences. We are not here to tell anybody what to believe. We are here to simply illuminate within ourselves an understanding of what it is we do believe so that we can change our lives. You know, we say, change your thinking, change your life. Well, it truly is change your belief. Change your life. So that's what we're here to look at. We have a vision and a mission that we carry and utilize here for many purposes at Unity of Tucson. And I would love for us as a community to exclaim out loud these words of our vision statement. Here they are. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. Yes, that is how we choose to see the world, and it's all choice. That's how we choose to see the world. The mission are practical steps we can take to get there. So let's say together these words of our mission statement. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. If you're joining us for the first time today, first of all, let me acknowledge anyone who may be watching online. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, if you are joining us for the first time, I just want to say it is a delight to have you be part of this spiritual family. And we'd love to continue the connection. If you would go to unitytucson.com/connect, fill out some information there, and we will keep this conversation going. Grateful to have you here. If you are here in the room for the first time today, if you are comfortable with identifying yourself by standing up, we have a gift that we would like to give to you. So is there anyone who is here for the first time today? Welcome, thank you. And please remain standing for just a moment. Lots of wonderful new faces. If you would please remain standing for just a moment, because we have that physical gift for you, but we also knew that you were going to be joining us here today. We tapped in and we understood that you were going to be here. Your energy preceded you. And so knowing that you were going to be here, we did a little research into you. And we found out something about you, and we would like to share it with you. Is that okay if we share that with you? All right, here we go, everyone. You are magnificent. Yes, you are. Thank you for shining your light and sharing your magnificence and being here with us. Now, we say that we did our research into you, but it's actually the research we have done into ourselves. And we acknowledge the fact that every person we encounter is a reflection of us. And so your magnificence, I say, is a reflection of our magnificence. So let us all as a community, and if you're online, exclaim it out loud, even if you're sitting at Starbucks. Exclaim out loud this truth. I am magnificent. Yes. I have done that sitting at Starbucks when I've watched other people's services. They say, repeat after me, and I'll say it out loud, and everybody at Starbucks goes, is he crazy? Would you please welcome today's Keeper of the Flames to the platform, Susan Smith, our licensed Unity teacher. Susan is here to light the flames of faith. This is a ritual that we've adopted here at Unity of Tucson to acknowledge that all faith traditions, all religious paths, all spiritual ideas are all rooted in one thing. And we claim that one thing to be the pure essence of love. So Susan, if you would, please.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Okay. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to divine love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universal religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony, and for any seekers who may be unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their life, and for the space that we are keeping open for them in our hearts. We light this final candle to represent the healing of any circumstances that requires divinity to be revealed. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and heart that requires the light.
Thank you, Susan. The candle here is our peace candle. We keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with the understanding that it is a representation of a consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts. And as we allow that peace to inform our thoughts, deeds, and actions, we create a more peaceful world right where we are. So let us honor this candle and this understanding by reciting together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. Indeed it does. We have a magnificent core of beautiful souls who have all stepped into the role of service here at Unity of Tucson as prayer chaplains. And each week we get to highlight one of those people who offers a reading, guides us in our affirmation, and also provides a prayer for us. So will you please welcome today's prayer chaplain, Ruth Starwell.
Good morning. And Jonathan, a couple months ago, shared with us his favorite Emerson quote, and this one is mine, from Ralph Waldo Emerson and his essay, Self-Reliant. A terror that scares us from self-trust is our consistency, a reverence of our past act or word because the eyes of others have no other data for computing our orbit than our past acts, and we are loath to disappoint them. But why drag about this monstrous corpse of your memory, lest you contradict somewhat you have stated this or that public place? Suppose you contradict yourself, then what? It seems to be a rule of wisdom never to rely on memory alone, but bring the past for judgment into the thousand-eyed present and live ever in a new day. Speak what you think today in words as hard as cannonballs, and tomorrow, speak what tomorrow thinks in words hard again, though it contradict everything you said today. Ah, then, exclaimed the aged ladies, you shall be sure to be misunderstood. Misunderstood. It's a right fool's word. Is it so bad then to be misunderstood? Pythagoras was misunderstood, and Socrates and Jesus, and Luther and Copernicus and Galileo and Newton, and every pure and wise spirit that ever took flesh. To be great, then, is to be misunderstood. And this month we're talking about the power of release, releasing memory of the past and being present in today. And so we offer this affirmation for this month. I will read it one time, and I just invite you to allow that to settle in. And how does that feel for you? And then I'll invite you to say it out loud, affirm it for yourself 2 more times along with me. Today I simply let go and find my God nature was there all along. And with me. Today I simply let go and find my God nature was there all along. And one more time. Today I simply let go and find my God nature was there all along.
Imagining those past ideas as maybe perhaps some of our rough edges, and that will inform today's centering song. Rolling river God, little stones are smooth, only once the water passes through. So I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Sometimes raging wild, sometimes swollen high. Never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of you is where I want to stay and feel the sharpest edges washed away.
So I invite you to join me in prayer, resting in that place that is the safe place inside, that which is held by the divine, that place of love, that place of beauty, that place of flow, divine guidance. And knowing that this presence is always present in you, in me, in all. And so I'm so grateful for this presence, for this guiding presence, for this presence of love that sustains each and every one of us in all places of life. The times when the stones feel rough and the times when the stones are smooth. That God's love is always present, always in, through, and as everyone. And so with gratitude for the love that is present, gratitude for the beauty and the knowing that there is divine order always happening right here, right now, and allowing that, releasing anything else that gets in the way of the presence of this ever new day. And so it is.
So it is.
But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Rolling river god, little stones are smooth only once the water passes through.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I had a lot going on this week. And so Linda reached out to me yesterday. Are you going to choose a song for tomorrow? And I thought to myself, I probably should. Yeah, you know. The featured song today actually is in alignment really with what I chose as a talk title in the middle of the week. And you will most likely recognize it. You will most likely know most of it. And if you feel like you want to sing along, sing along.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Oh yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Ew, I love singing that song. Yeah. So as I was looking at the chapters that we're covering this week as part of our fall renewal series in the book Working with the Law by Raymond Hollowell, and we're talking about the laws of compensation and non-resistance. And you know, I chose Rolling River God as our centering song, like at the beginning of the year, not knowing that this law of non-resistance was going to line up perfectly with this day. I love when that happens. But I want to start actually not with Hollowell. We've had a little Emerson today. We're going to have some Hollowell, but we're going to have a little Troward today too. Judge Thomas Troward, who was a very influential part of the New Thought movement. He was the first president of the International New Thought Alliance. And he had a lot of influence on New Thought leaders and continues to have influence on New Thought leaders. He wrote this. Now, I paraphrased it a little bit, but he wrote essentially this. Spirit contemplates by self-contemplation. Oh, no, it does not do that. I mean, it does that, but if I read the words right, it's actually not what I was just saying. So I'm going to try this again. I mean, Spirit does contemplate. It does. But what the quote is this: Spirit creates by self-contemplation. Therefore, what it contemplates itself as being, that it becomes. Got that? There's a part 2 to it. He continues, you are individualized spirit. Therefore, what you contemplate yourself as being, that you become. How does that feel? That was a resounding, oh yes, that feels so good, doesn't it? Because I think sometimes what happens is, oh wait, I created this? Oh gosh, what am I gonna do now? You're gonna recontemplate it and create something new if you want to. I mean, and that's the power of that understanding. If you are individualized spirit, and spirit does nothing but create through contemplation, what you contemplate becomes your reality. That is fundamental, basic New Thought principle. I said it at the beginning, what you believe creates in your life. Your beliefs create your experience. This is exactly what we're talking about. That which we contemplate creates our experience. And so, if my life is not working out so well, what do? Change your thinking, change my thinking, change my belief. Here's what is not really called for. Blame. Oh, look at the way my life is turning out. I must have created all of that, and oh, now I am culpable because I created all of that, and oh. Because you know what that does? That frame of mind of blaming myself for all the things that I've created that I don't like, it keeps me stuck in that frame of mind and continues. Thank you, Don. Don, you want to come up here? I mean, I'm happy if you want to. I mean, you've been around long enough. You know this stuff, right? But it keeps that stuff working in your life, and it will continue to recreate the stuff you don't like. The only path out of that is to think and believe something differently. So what are you contemplating yourself as being? This is a rhetorical question, by the way. I'm not asking for you to. I contemplate myself as being lack. Could you imagine but you know what? Many of us contemplate ourselves as lack without even realizing we're doing it. How many times do we walk down the street and we have the option, we see a quarter and a penny? What are we gonna probably go for? I'm here to say take them both because they both represent abundance. But a lot of times people look at the penny and go, if you're picking up change off the street, I guess. But this speaks to basically this idea that I really want to get at the core of, which is we have a consistency often in our contemplation. That consistency is showing up through habitual thinking, right? And our thoughts create our experience, rooted in that consistency, which is a belief. Your contemplation becomes the spiritual coin that is creating your life. As you utilize this spiritual coin, which is divine ideas, it is thoughts, it is the movement of mind. That is the currency that you have to create your life. It's all right here as part of you. So your contemplation becomes the spiritual coin you use to pay into this thing called life, and every thought rooted in belief creates a return. Your thoughts and feelings and beliefs are the investment that you are making. And you can activate that, or you can just let the market do what it will, which may sometimes go up, sometimes go down. But if you are active in taking charge of that investment, you can only ever work out in the positive. I believe that. It takes work, though. Oh, gosh, there he goes again, saying this stuff is work. It is work. It is work. And that's okay. We should embrace the work. We should embrace the love of the work because it only brings us benefit. Your compensation is a result of the investments you make in mind. That's essentially what he's getting at in the law of compensation. Your compensation in your life, as the effects and the experiences of your life, is the result you make of the investment you have in your consciousness. He wrote this: the purpose of this lesson, I'm glad he's telling us, the purpose of this lesson is to show you that you can use the law to lift you out of the place where you are to the place where you rightfully belong. And I'm so grateful that he says rightfully belong, because we all rightfully belong in the expression and experience of magnificence. And I think too many of us are walking through life not truly understanding that. That's just, and you know, I say it all the time. I do end up repeating myself a lot. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. But there's not that much to say about this stuff except go do this. This is amazing stuff. Part of my approach in ministry is to normalize everyone's self-sense of magnificence. That's why it is so important for me to exclaim every week, I am magnificent, you are magnificent. And I love now that people, you know, I'll be standing out in the foyer before the service, and, you know, as you do, you make small talk. Oh, how are you doing? How are you? And I very frequently, the response I get back now is, I am magnificent. I'm like, yes, this is working. But I don't ask the follow-up question is, do you really believe that? And the reason I don't ask a follow-up question is because I can tell from the energy, they do believe it. Because if you can exclaim it out loud, if you can exclaim out loud without discomfort, I am magnificent, boy, how your life changes. And here's the thing too, if you find yourself in a space of discomfort and exclaiming that out loud, check in on where that discomfort is rooted. Because that's the belief perhaps that we need to take a look at and say, okay, I see you. I see you. I see that there is something there that is contradicting my own sense of self in a way that is detrimental to my well-being, and I choose now to let it go. That's the work. We have to constantly be telling ourselves this amazing stuff. So, where do you rightfully belong? Here. Not just here at Unity of Tucson, but in this magnificent thing called life. And it is never ceasing. It is never ceasing. So celebrate that. Celebrate the core of who you are. If you truly accepted, and this is a challenge for people, if you truly accepted that the whole of you is God, what would you accept as your rightful place? That's a rhetorical question. I really want you to think about that. if you truly accepted that the whole of you, every fiber of your being, every cell in your body, every energy that creates the construct of you that shows up in this plane of action, if you truly accepted that the whole of that was God, and no aspect of you was not divine, was not God, there's no aspect of you that is not that, what would you fully, wholeheartedly accept as your rightful place? Share it all, yes. I don't think any of us are truly living up to that potential yet, myself included. I think there are a few people who may have lived up to that potential. I think Jesus is one of them. I think the Buddha is another one. Moses, Muhammad, basically any of the mystics who have walked this planet and never doubted the truth of their being. Those are the people who truly got it. And we are equal to that. Each and every one of us is equal to that. We don't need to stop ourselves short of exclaiming our wholeness as the divine and knowing our true magnificence. Do we have a tendency, another rhetorical question, do we have a tendency that we are not deserving of our good? It was rhetorical. I think a lot of us still do. I think a lot of us do walk through life with, oh gosh, I am really not deserving of this. I want to talk about deserving for just a moment. I actually wasn't really planning on talking about this, but it just came to mind because I said something yesterday. Actually, I was in Harmony Hall yesterday with a group, and I was talking to another minister who was here as part of something that happened yesterday, and I said, you know, I didn't know that I was deserving of having a magnificent ministry before I became a minister, and I don't even think I truly knew it until several years into ministry. But on June 19th, 2011, it was Father's Day, I came to Unity of Tucson. I was not licensed as a minister yet. I came to Unity of Tucson. Reverend Larry gave the talk that day, and I met him, and it was lovely. And following the service, I went and I walked the labyrinth. And I just was contemplating, because I was a month away from getting my first license as a minister. So I was truly in that space of contemplation. What is mine to do? What is mine to have? How will this express through me? And I walked that labyrinth, and I got to the center with those questions in mind, and I looked around at this property, and I thought, I think I'm equal to this kind of ministry, to a ministry that has the breadth of this kind of physical expression. And I never gave it another thought. And now, 11 years later, it's not just that I'm equal to the idea of it, like, I'm here. And I think that's a lesson to accept that which you feel you are deserving of. It took me a long time. It took me almost, basically it took me 10 years. But it's a lesson in deserving. And you know what I know about you? You are deserving of the most magnificent, abundant expression and experience of life that you can possibly imagine, and even that which goes beyond your imagination. And it can go beyond your imagination because the nature of God is an upward spiral of evolution. So we are always evolving into greater expressions of the self. So, what is your tendency and thought? Do you truly believe that you are deserving of good? Yeah, that was resounding. I know, you don't know if I'm asking a rhetorical question anymore, do you? If the tendency is not a resounding yes, then you know what happens? Our rightful place is exactly where we are. Oh, that's depressing. If we believe that we are deserving of the most magnificent expression and experience of life, then we lift ourselves up to a new place through the use of consciousness. There's a thing that we refer to. I don't believe it was Thomas Troward who coined the phrase, although it might have been. But I think the idea of it was around before Troward. called the mental equivalent. It's one of those jargon terms we use, right? The mental equivalent. And I'm going to explain what the mental equivalent is essentially. Everything that shows up in your experience of physical expression is rooted in an equivalent idea in mind. That is your mental equivalent. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so part of what we are looking to do is to increase our mental equivalent so that we can increase the expression and experience of our life. Our life experience is limited only by the equivalency in our mind. So I'm going to remind you of that quote that I started off with, Troward. You are individualized spirit. Therefore, what you contemplate yourself as being, that you become. That's the mental equivalent. Whatever you contemplate yourself as being, that you become. This is not a call. I just want to be really clear. This is not a call for all of us to review our lives and go down the road of going into a witch hunt to find fault or blame for how life got to be the way it is now. There is only value in that practice if it guides you to doing something about it. I believe that the value and the call is for us to contemplate ourselves in an upward trajectory to our unlimited potential, and let that unlimited potential show up as actuality in our lives. The eyes that look up see the world according to their view. So check in with yourself. Do you have a tendency to look down or look up? Because how you contemplate, your contemplation of the experience informs how you view the world. Yes? Are you sure? That's why you see what you look for. You see what you look for. You see what you look for because you are equal to it first in mind. And which is why I was struck with this quote. Once you have changed your vision, you will change conditions. That jumped off the page at me as I was reading, preparing for today. Once you have changed your vision, you will change conditions. There's nothing new in this. I talk about this all the time. It's going to be the big joke now, which is also people like, he just keeps saying the same thing every Sunday, which is true. I believe there is value in reflecting on our circumstances. Again, not to beat ourselves up for why did it all turn out the way that it did so that I got to where I am. The value of looking at our circumstances and sometimes going on that journey of discovery of what got us here is to raise in our awareness the understanding that it is our awareness that is the first step to change. This reflection has two possibilities. It can either keep us where we are or inspire us to change. That's it. Which will you choose to do today? Many people find themselves in spiritual community because they are looking for something in their life to change. That's why many people walk through those doors. They're saying, I need something else. I need something different. Maybe I can get it here at Unity of Tucson. And I welcome the blessed journey that anyone is on as they walk into this community. And know that you will only ever have loving support from this community. The journey begins by finding that place in you where you feel fully empowered. And you are fully empowered not because of anything you do. It is the truth of who you are. The wholeness of you is God. But sometimes we look out there, we think, if I just change that one thing out there, then everything's going to fall into place. Stop it. We are not in the business of manipulating what's out there. We are not in the business of manipulating circumstances. We are not in the business of manipulating our experience. We are in the business of changing our minds to such a degree that something new must be born. And when we change our minds, something new is born. Always. Period. End of sentence. I could almost end the talk there, but I won't. The awakening that we can experience completes the journey. But the problem then becomes, in completing that journey, we turn around and we go, oh, something else to be awakened to. Okay, here I go again. The awakening perhaps completes the journey, and finding the change is entirely internal. You mean I have to work on myself? Yes. Because a lot of people say, you mean I have to work on myself? I'm out of here. I thought you were going to give me the answer. I can't give you any answer that you don't have inherently right inside yourself. Every week, well, not every week, many weeks, I say, I'm not here to tell you what to think or what to believe. I am here to encourage in you an awareness of what it is you think and what it is you believe, so that you can start to put the pieces together in your life if you choose change. And it is not a requirement that you change. If you're happy with your life, keep living it. Absolutely. But if you want something to change, you're the change. You're the point of change. You're right where it begins. Express that which you desire to have expressed to you. That's a great path to change. If you want more love in your life, express more love in your life. Goes back to last week, the law of giving. If I give more love, I receive more love. It's as simple as that. It's the same thing. Law of compensation and the law of giving are essentially the same thing. As you give, you are compensated with that, right? So if express that which you desire to have expressed to you. It's like building muscle. And that's the other part of this. I have to work on myself, and I have to keep working on myself. Anyone go to the gym? Oh, wow, okay. This may not be the metaphor for you. All right, how about this? Anyone exercise? There we go. Here's the thing. Exercise only works if you give to it the time that it requires for it to do the work. The same thing with exercising our minds. You cannot expect to build stamina if you're a walker. You cannot expect to build muscle if you are a weightlifter. You cannot expect any of that by just going to the gym once. Oh, here I am. Or just going on one walk. Okay, here I go. Ah, there we are. The path is habitualizing a new way of being, right? And so as we go to the gym or as we go and exercise, we are building what needs to be built, and it takes time. Nobody ever wants to hear that. We are in an expression of time and space. And so it's going to take the time that it takes. Now, can that time be instantaneous? Yes, but there's only one couple people that I know of who allowed that to be the effect of their lives. One of them was Jesus. Instantaneous healing like that, right? I have yet to find anyone who can heal instantaneously in this experience of time and space. That's just my experience. I'm sure they're out there. Here's the other thing to check, it's another thing to check in on. Because if we are not utilizing our mental capacity, it might become atrophied. If you don't exercise, your muscles become atrophied, right? None of us should ever find ourselves in that position. So use your mind. Use your mind. Use it every single day. Find that within you that says, yes, I am choosing something new and exciting to do today. I'm using my mind to enhance the quality of my life. You can strengthen that mental capacity in the same way that you can strengthen your muscles. And just like going to the gym, there is no value in comparing yourself to others. I used to go to the gym. I still occasionally go. No, I do. I walk a lot. That's a primary form of exercise, as I also prepare for my big walk next spring. But I used to go to the gym, and I would look around at all of these, guys walking around and like, yeah, hello. These very muscle-bound people, and I would go, oh gosh. And I would shrink. I would like, oh. Comparing yourself to others is a surefire path to imposter syndrome and to a diminished sense of self. Stop it. Stop comparing yourself to others. There is no value in comparing yourself to anybody else. There is no need to compete for your good because the infinite, by definition, can never be depleted. All you need to do is accept your good here and now and build that mental muscle. Consciousness, a consciousness of competition, which we sometimes get into, right? A consciousness of competition can equal a choice to remain diminished in your own view. And you see what you look for. If you're choosing to remain diminished in your own view, you will remain diminished because you see what you look for. The law inevitably produces its own exactness as a rule of action. Every time we choose a good thought, we make a good investment. This chapter is also a call to gratitude for each and every one of us. Appropriate month for that, November. If we choose to see through the lens of gratitude, then what we will see is our world and experience of the world expressing through increase. If the only prayer you ever say in your life is thank you, it will be enough, Meister Eckhart tells us. Let gratitude be at the core. Let gratitude be at the core of all your experience and expression. An attitude of gratitude also reduces resistance, which is the other. I talked a lot about compensation. The other chapter, of course, is the law of non-resistance. Essentially, and you've all heard this, I think it was Carl Jung, who said this, what you resist persists. This chapter is inviting us to let go of the resistance, to let the water do what it will to wash those edges away and reveal at its core the smoothness that is the delight of God as you. Where are you keeping your focus? Where are you keeping your focus? Keep focused on gratitude. In New Thought, we invite everyone to focus on what it is we require and desire in our lives. That sometimes will lead to a thing we call spiritual bypassing. I'm not going to go into a whole talk about spiritual bypassing today, but if you need to know about spiritual bypassing, come and talk to me about it. It's essentially using all the language without actually rooting yourself in the belief. And if you are not rooted in the belief, then it's lovely, flowery talk, but it's not going to do anything for you. We do not deny circumstances in our life. So if you are experiencing something that is challenging right now, it's not of value to deny that the experience is happening. What we do deny in this movement is that that has any power over us. It does not. That's the denial. We are the authority. We are the authority to our own expression and experience of life. Our conception of ourselves, the way we see ourselves, is the manner in which our lives unfold. We need not be an easy mark, nor a doormat for anyone, for there is a greater power to be reckoned with, the power of the law when you use it. Are you willing to accept that today? That you do not need to be a doormat. You do not need to be a mark for anyone. You are the delight of the divine expressing itself as you. Without fail, that is the core of who you are all the time, period, end of sentence, no matter what. So who do you choose to be today, right in this moment? What is that choice that you are making? Are you viewing yourself wholly as the divine? Because if that is your choice, it becomes so. After all, you do see what you look for. Peace and blessings. You are magnificent. There was an interesting invitation in these chapters too that also inspires what I'm offering as homework today. If you're new to our community, I give homework every week because part of the New Thought world that I think makes it valuable is that we're inviting practice. We're inviting actually putting this into practice. So that's why I offer homework every week. The homework this week is to do this. Look at your environment. Be willing to look at your environment with new eyes. And if you want to have change in your life, change the way you view it. Now that means, and this is, oh gosh, I have office now. If I have built up passive chaos in my office, it is a reflection of something that is happening in my mind. And so I choose now to go into my office, and Tyler, if he's hearing this, yes, we're doing this week. Just giving you the heads up. We're going to go into our offices and we are going to address all of the passive chaos that has built up because it is a reflection of something in mind. And as I engage in that, I will be contemplating. I will be contemplating. I don't know what that is. I will be contemplating what it is that got me to that place and the path so that I no longer return to that place. So look at your environment. See what you look for. You are not resigned to live the experience of anything adverse in your life. That's what I want to leave you with today. And so, if that is the thing that has settled into your mind as a kernel of truth that you get to carry with you, or something else, I invite you to bring that kernel of truth to mind. Just relax and see it, acknowledge it, understand it. Just be with it.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. 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 I will share, 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 this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love.
Right here in this moment, in this pure, perfect, sacred moment, I let my mind and my heart be rooted in and focused in on pure love. Pure love, the essence of all that is, because that is all that is. God is pure love. This magnificent, creative energy is flowing forth as pure love, for it can do nothing but. And so all form, all expression is the outflow of pure love upon itself. It is the pure contemplation of the Spirit. And so this is who we are. We are this power, we are this presence, we are this light, we are the life. We are pure love. The wholeness of us, every fiber of our being, every cell in our body, every energetic impulse is pure love. So I acknowledge this, and I know that as we move forward from this experience into the next experience and the next experience and the next experience, that this becomes a cornerstone of how we choose to show up and express and experience life. And part of this is the understanding that as we look out, as I look out, all I see is the reflection of pure love. In every face I encounter, I see the divine. This is a choice, and I see what I look for. As I look forward, I see only pure love. It is with immense gratitude and appreciation overflowing that I accept this as my truth and my experience here, now, and evermore, and I invite each and every one of us into this same frame of mind, and I accept it on behalf of each and every one of us. And it is with appreciation that I simply allow the free flow of Spirit to do its perfect work, and so I relax, release, let go, and trust in the flow. And I affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen.
I will share, 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 I will share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, this love, this love, this love.
Would you please welcome to the stage, the platform, the Vice President of our Board of Directors, William Summers. Good morning.
So I'm listening to your talk this morning, and
Well, that's good.
I like to do something.
I'm glad at least one of you is listening.
I like to do something different once in a while.
What's that?
Turn on William's microphone.
Oh, it's on. I can give him this one.
All right. I guess I'm thankful for this microphone.
Yes.
So I was thinking when you were talking about being thankful today, and it occurred to me something that I'm especially thankful for today. Would you like to hear what that is?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what came up in me that I'm really thankful for is online and in this room. I'm so thankful for this particular community. And the reason that I'm so thankful for it is because many places I've gone to during my life, I've gone to communities that ostensibly say they're like this, but people sit back, the minister comes out, the band plays a few songs, and they're really not involved, they're really not doing anything. But not here at Unity of Tucson. When I came here, I saw people who grabbed ownership of this place, who said, this place is my place. This place is going to be loving. This place is welcome. And I'm part of what this place is. And so when I come in here on Sundays, and I was out of state last Sunday, and I really missed being here. Believe me, I missed it. I am so thankful to be back here. And when the basket comes around, I can't come around to each one of you and say thankful for taking ownership of this and creating what this place has become. But know that when that basket comes to you, I am indeed very thankful.
Thank you, William. So I invite you to give in whatever way suits you best. There are many ways to give. You can give by cash or check as the baskets come around. There are also cards if you choose to give electronically. Many ways to give electronically. You can text Unity Tucson to 73256. That's one way. You can make a contribution in the bookstore, or now you can put your phone up and scan that QR code. I know QR codes are everything and people are sick of them, aren't they? But it's a great way of saving paper. So we'd love for you to give in whatever way suits you best. Whatever you're giving, would you please acknowledge the energy of it, hold that energy to your heart, and let us share together this givingness statement. I share this gift with love, conscious of the inner presence as the lavish source and substance of my supply. I am rooted in the assurance that this gift blesses Unity of Tucson, and I trust in its ever-present circulation, knowing its blessings return to me. And so it is. So feel free to move your body if you like as the baskets go around.
And sing along if you want as well. God is my source, God is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Yes, I have everything I need.
Sandy Solomon is here as our other prayer chaplain on duty today to lead us in a blessing of the offering.
Yes. And you know, blessing is the most wonderful thing we can do. I love to bless. How about you? Mm-hmm. Absolutely, right. We are a blessing group of people. So when I started thinking about this blessing, the offerings and the tithes and the gifts, I thought, I don't want to do this by myself. They're your gifts, they're my gifts. We need to do this together. So that's what I would like us to do, is to bless these gifts together. Now, I have a real simple blessing, so we're going to come up to speed on that one really fast. But all about blessing is the words, but it's the feeling that we have, right? So if you want to stand up, stand up. If you like to sit, sit. But I'm going to invite you just to rub your hands together. Let's get some good energy going here, right? This gratitude energy. Now, as you're doing that, and as you're feeling this in your heart and it's coming out, I'm going to tell you what we're going to say, and then we're going to say it together, okay? It's real easy. We bless these gifts, and then we're going to pause, because we really want to feel that blessing. And then we're going to say, and we see these gifts go out and blessing our community and the world. Can we do this? Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, y'all can turn around here so that they can see those boxes. And let's put our hands up and let's say our blessing. We bless these gifts. And we see these gifts going out and blessing our community and the world. And so it is. Amen. Yes.
Thank you. That was beautiful. I think we may be adopting that as our permanent blessing. I love that. Yeah. So it is pledge time. The month of November, we always invite you to make a pledge of your commitment financially to this community as we move into the next fiscal year. We are on a calendar year, so our fiscal year begins January 1st. Your pledge helps us make appropriate choices as the leadership of this community in terms of how we are going to invest financially in this community. We need to know what you are going to give so that we can make smart choices and manage our resources appropriately. Our goal, my goal is that our pledges this year meet our operational needs fully. We have never done that yet. But that's my goal, is that the pledges will meet what we need to operate fully. And if you pledge, it would be nice if you could also sign yourself up for automated giving, and you can do all of that at that QR code, or go to unitytucson.com/pledge. Your automated giving also ensures that even if you aren't here, that we are fully supported as a spiritual community as well. There are two funds that you will see on this page. One fund is our general operation fund. That is the primary fund that we utilize for the operations of this community. We do have a directed fund as well for capital improvement and repairs that we are looking to increase. So if you're willing to make a portion of your contribution towards that, just let us know that as well. And we continue to grow and thrive and prosper, and that's what it's all about. And I'm deeply grateful for everyone who's already signed up, and I'm deeply grateful for all of you who will be signing up today or in the near future. We keep the pledge program going through the month of November, and then I sit down and I take all of this information and I write a budget for the next year that then gets approved by our board of trustees in the December meeting. So thank you so much for that. A couple of things that are also happening here. We have a Thanksgiving potluck. If you would like a place to go, if you don't have a place to go and you would like a place to go, you are welcome to be here at 2 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day and participate in our Thanksgiving potluck. You can sign up to let us know what dish you will be bringing in the foyer, or you can email Molly at mollyhnelson@gmail.com. We are delighted to be able to offer this to anybody who would like a place to be on Thanksgiving. You can be with your spiritual family, so join us for that. We also have an outing coming up, Gaslight Theater on December 17th. It's the 12 o'clock show. Tickets are on sale now at the bookstore, or if you're online, you can call the office at 520-577-3300 and order your tickets over the phone as well. And always a fantastically fun time at Gaslight Theater, so do join us for that. Today's prayer chaplains in service are Ruth Starwell and Sandy Solomon, both of whom you've seen here today. And they will be available to you for a moment of prayer, what I like to call the 1-minute miracle. They will make themselves available on either side of the room, about halfway back. So if you would like to seek them out for a moment of prayer, please do so after the service. Another thing that you can do to engage prayer is you can put your prayer intention on a piece of paper and put it into our prayer box, which is right out the door as you're exiting. You will see it there. And all of those prayers are collected, prayed over by our prayer chaplain team, and then are also sent to Silent Unity, which is Unity Worldwide's prayer ministry. So know that you got a lot of prayer going on here, and it's the foundation of what we teach to change our lives. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today the magnificent experience that it is and was and will continue to be. First of all, let's offer gratitude to our technical team, Don and Tyler and Rowan back there. Yes. Special thank you to William, our board member on duty today. Always delighted to have him share the platform with me. Thank you to our prayer chaplains, Ruth, for your reading and your affirmation and your prayer. So beautiful. Sandy, for your magnificent blessing, but also, if you missed the meditation this morning at 9:30, you missed something special. Thank you for sharing yourself in that way, our prayer chaplains. I want to say thank you to this magnificent team of musicians here, Linda and Paul and Raphael. Deeply grateful to get to play with you every week. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. You are magnificent, and I'm delighted that you've decided to share your time here, not just at Unity of Tucson, but in this thing called life. As we complete our time here, let us recite together this prayer of divine awareness. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. And since it's release month, this is the appropriate song.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm living life as God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm living life as God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm living life as God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm living life as God. Break it down. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm living life as God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm living life as God. Yes, I'm free in the Spirit. I am living life as God. Make it a magnificent week, everyone.